Good day, guys. Welcome to the Not Soccer podcast. I am Lutana Urchi, and today I will be honoring the legend Diego Armando Maradona. I want to talk about him, but above all, I want to talk about his legacy and where he stands on the football Mount Rushmore. Is Diego Maradona the greatest player of all time? Well, let's find out what Tana thinks. Tana thinks that it is quite absurd to compare players from totally different eras. First of all, we have Pele, who we heard a lot about, who we've read a lot about, and who we've seen a few things about, and he's widely considered as the greatest player of all time. And does he deserve this? I think so, because people actually watched him. He did so much to get the status he has now. A lot of players play through his era. Let's not forget this. And for him to come out that prominent, we shouldn't undermine him. I read a lot of things, people trying to undermine what Pele did because, of course, they didn't witness it. And even apart from witnessing it, at least Maradona, we can access clips. People really can't access so many clips of Pele. So it brings up this guy. And his goals, there's so much, he has this career. No, half of them were unofficial, half of them were in training. A lot of rumors surrounding Pele, and this has brought about a certain amount of what should I say? People are undermining his achievements as a footballer, and actually if he deserves to be on the football Mount Rushmore. I think this is absolutely trash. Now let's come to today's footballers. The footballers who, I believe most people who are watching this video, and myself, have witnessed the most: Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. They're also there on the football Mount Rushmore, 100%. But now, how do these players all compare to each other? Of course, we have players in between like Zidane, Ronaldo de Lima, Ronaldinho. But I believe majority of people think, okay, Cristiano Ronaldo, Leo Messi, Maradona, and Pele can stand as the top four on the football Mount Rushmore. Now, I think it's absolutely absurd to compare players of different eras. Now, here's why. The football technology has drastically improved from time to time. And this gives players in newer eras an unfair advantage. It is just like saying this, okay, it took me 40 minutes to drive from point A to point B in 1970. In 1970, first of all, the roads were not this good, and the cars were not this fast. Think about it. Technology aids performance. Today, the same road, the road is better, and the cars are faster. So what happens? You get there quicker. This is simple. Let's look at the ACL injuries and other major knee breaks and stuff like this. The recovery time in those days was a lot more. And even apart from recovery time, we talk about the job done on the leg, the job done on the muscles. You cannot compare the quality. So a player who sustains a serious injury in today's game comes back better than a player who sustained this injury 20 years ago. Comes back better, comes back quicker as well. So this gives an unfair advantage. Also talk about the way the game is officiated, the rules allowed in the game, the kind of tackles that you're allowed to put in, the kind of tackles that are legal. You understand what I'm saying? There are a lot of, for me, if I'm as a defender, if I'm playing football, there's a position I will find myself in that I know I just can't get this attacker because this tackle is not legal. I'm getting a red card. So I just have to let him be. So these are so many factors. I'm not trying to call today's game soft. I'm not trying to call today's game soft by any stretch of imagination, no. But what I'm just trying to say is that a lot of things have changed. And it just doesn't make sense to compare. You see, if you go to the training complexes of these football clubs, goodness me, their facilities are state of the art. They're not things you see outside. Everything is so good. You finish playing the games, the way you recover from game to game. Let's not even talk about major injuries. The way they recover from game to game, the technology, the tubes, the machines they all go into, and everything. It's so crazy. So footballers today have it better. They are in a much better place to perform. They are in much better physical condition, at least. And let's talk about the pitches. Today we go to this pitch, a pitch that is fairly okay, and you have coaches like Jurgen Klopp complaining, "Oh, the pitch is crap. It's blah blah." These are the kind, but this were how pitches were those days. Let me not say even worse. So it's the way the ball glides on the pitches, things like this. These are all the things we have to consider. The ball themselves, the boots themselves. So like I think these little things are just add up to it being like quite unreasonable in my opinion to compare players from totally different eras, especially when they like there's quite a lot of difference, like 20 years or something like that. Another thing is the circumstance. Okay, if you want to take Messi and Maradona for example, how do you compare their achievements? You have Messi who has achieved more for Barcelona than Maradona did at Barcelona and at Napoli. He's won way more. He's scored way more. He's assisted way more. Individual trophies way more, team trophies way more. But you have to look at Messi's time at Barcelona. He always played world-class players. Messi plays in the greatest team of our era, of the past 20 years, or the past 10 years, or the past 15 years. How do you want to count it? Barcelona Football Club. They're the ones. And once again, it's not trying to undermine Messi, but it's just trying to point at something. So Maradona's 6-7 trophies at Napoli, okay, 115 goals at Napoli only, which was the record until Hamsik broke it in 2017, 3 years back. So like, how do you compare this? If you just look at the numbers, if you look at the facts, it's hard to compare. It's almost impossible to compare because Messi has, like, individually and collectively, maybe you start to look for to equate Messi to Maradona, you have to add it times 4 maybe, or times 3 something. Yeah, times 4, more like that. But this is not how it works because the team was different. You have Maradona's team, Napoli, coming from the southern side of Italy. And this is not even only about Napoli. The winning culture in the southern side of Italy was zero because they hadn't won the Scudetto before. No team from the southern side of Italy had won the Scudetto before. Only the northern side, with the clubs like Juventus, with the clubs like Roma, with the clubs like Inter Milan, AC Milan. They were the clubs dominating. Till date too as well. But like, it's just to tell you that it was always that way. But today, Napoli have 2 Scudettos. They won the first Scudetto in 86-87 season. And the second one in 89-90 season. This is the team that has never ever won. And in between this, they had 2 second place finishes. So as well as second place finishes are not titles, as they say, but like it is stupendous to just take a Napoli side and do this much with them. Let's not also forget he won continentally as well. They won continentally as well. The UEFA Cup in 89. They also won the Italian Super Cup in 1990. They won the Coppa Italia in 87. Now these are just like 6-7 trophies. But like to take a franchise, a club that have never won before, that don't know how it is to win, and you do this with them, it is just so much, so stupendous, you know. And again, let's not forget his World Cup, his World Cup winning campaign. His performance was astronomical. 10 goal contributions, 5 goals, 5 assists in that campaign. No player till date or ever has ever contributed more goals in a single World Cup campaign, as that. And the stats just won't even do justice to the performances of Diego Maradona at World Cup. Of course, there's some controversy, but I'm not even going to talk about that because the controversy in no way overshadows or even comes close to overshadowing what he did rightly or legally in that World Cup. So based on this point, I feel it is impossible to say this is the greatest player of all time, this is the best player ever. But there's one thing, actually. If all these players played in the same era, of course, 1 or 2 will come out on top of the rest, clearly. And we'll say, okay. But then it didn't happen, so like we can't just say it. So many factors play a part in this that I just don't feel comfortable in pronouncing this player and keeping it in my mind. I can say, okay, Diego Maradona is my GOAT. But inside my mind, I'm not convinced, fam. You get what I'm saying? So like, I just won't have a GOAT. But what I can say is this. No player has ever had the same impact on a team as much as Diego Maradona did at Napoli. Not Messi, not Ronaldo, not... And these are very, very great players who have had astronomical impacts on their teams, who have just been so good, sublime, if you want to use the word. Perfect. Stupendous. Any adjective you can use. But what I saw from Diego Maradona at Napoli, in the documentaries, in everything, it was too emotional. These were people who stopped caring about all the economic problems. Of course, this is I'm generalizing, but like they felt like they had Maradona. They felt blessed. A side of the country that were not effectively given the same treatment as the other side, did not have the same amenities. This is larger than football. He brought life into the city again. And amidst all the controversies, you can't fight the love this man had. Hands down, I've never, ever seen any footballer that has had as much as an impact. Who is the greatest? I don't know. because of the reasons I gave. But if I must give, I have a reason to give someone. And it will be Maradona. Just because of what I stated. No players had a greater impact on a football team, in my opinion. But of course, I'm not going to give. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make sense to you, actually. Did you witness all these players? And even if you did, look at the numerous points I gave about the changing circumstances from era to era, the changing technology, the changing rules. It's hard to compare. But I would love to know what you guys think. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And more importantly, please comment. I just want to know what you think. Who's your greatest player of all time? And you don't just tell me Messi. Like, why Messi is better than Maradona? Why is Ronaldo? Why is Ronaldo better than? Why is this guy? Why is Rashford better than Zidane? It's your opinion. I would love to know. Once more, I'm Lutana Richie. Thank you for watching. Bye.